Hello there. I am here to help guide you through the Kashyyyk fleet combat mission. If you had to platoon an Hans Millennium Falcon or an Outrider, you'd probably want to platoon at most one. If your guild leader somehow asks you to platoon both of the ships, you can kindly request them to just platoon one of the ships. There will be some assignments that are forced, so platooning one is fine. However, I don't think anyone needs to platoon Profundity this phase. So, folks should be able to attempt the mission. But obviously, without Hans Mullen Falcon or without Ryder, um, the fleet mission does get a little bit tricky. However, if you have Rogue One, it is a good substitute to replace the hole that the platoons created. For our purpose, we are going to go ahead and use Ghost in its place and Rogue One in the reinforcement. So this is the specific lineup here. We have Profundity as our capital ship that's required. Ghost as a stand-in for Hans Falcon can do the mass assist. Outrider, Y-Wing, Rogue One. The trick here is to keep Rebel Y-Wing alive. You want it to be able to recover protection and health very, very well. And ideally, you can recover health by it evading attacks or resisting debuffs with Tenacity up. Or it can recover protection with critical hits, again with evading attacks, resisting debuffs. So think of your abilities in the sense that you want to recover Y-Wing's protection. So let's go ahead, go into battle. When it comes to enemies kill order, you want to kill off the enemy's scythe first. That ship is the heart of the Empire fleet. If that goes down, the Empire loses health, loses offense, and all that formation buffs you don't have to worry about. And also that ship kind of heals, provides a lot of healing um, abilities for the Empire fleet. So that ship you want to bring down. Sooner the better. But more importantly, you want to focus on the health of your Y-Wing. Or in this case, the protection. Eventually, you will be able to progress your way to get to download, 100% download, and we're going to get to it. Imagine Outrider does its second special, third ability 2 times, and Rogue One reinforces at 60%, and then the 40 other percent has come from a basic from Profundity calling Outrider to assist, and then so that's 20% right there. And then perhaps, you can also do a little bit of critical hits assisting with the ghost to make up for the final 20%. But you want to really keep an eye out for Y-Wing because Y-Wing is the heart of your fleet. So as well as Outrider, but if Y-Wing goes down, your fleet's not going to survive too long after if you do not have the ultimate already. So let's go into battle. Alright, that nice protection up at the very beginning is provided generously by Rogue One. As you can see, the breach immunity as well, even though this is not a executor fleet with bounty hunters that we're facing. That's just an indicator that Rogue One's our reinforcement and his unique is active. We'll go ahead and give that bonus turn over to Y-Wing. And the reason why we want to give it to Y-Wing is so that when Outrider takes its turn and gives the tenacity up to Y-Wing, he can resist some debuffs. Now, there's also a note that Scythe didn't, do its formation ability. I didn't see it do it, the formation ability. So there's a chance he could strip our buffs and use it against us. That would be bad, but chances are, I think it's still this move. There's 10% download right here. We are going to go ahead and keep on taunting to protect the Y-Wing. 10% download. Let's go ahead and recover some nice protection. And with that boosted protection up, that's going to help a little bit. Now comes the interesting point. Remember, Profundity shuts down all turn meter gains, so the fourth ability of the Ghost won't help. Also, wouldn't get any turn meter because of there's no debuff enemies. If you do the AoE, that's about 5 hits. Generally, I do like the AoE in this case, and then when Rogue One comes in, I can call Rogue One to assist. And you're gonna see that I like to do some critical hits right there just to get it going. And then that way when Rogue One comes in, we can recover some nice protection. So of course now he strips the buffs. As you can see, the formation, now he gains stacks of formation. This is very dangerous, so now we're going to go ahead and dispel it. This also deals physical damage 5 times, which means 5 chances to critically hit. And also recovers the Y-Wing's protection. We're going to go ahead and let's just do a basic here on just to keep on damaging the Scythe. Unfortunately, we still cannot reinforce, and the protection up basically expired at this point. This ability is very nice, but because I like to specifically use it when our Y-Wing needs protection up, let's go ahead and use this ability because it protects our Y-Wing by giving it more hits to tank. And as you see, these bulwark stacks prevent it from taking a lot of damage. Alright. We will go ahead. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and it's only going to call 3 ships, so we'll go ahead and do the mass assist here. Simply because the Y-Wing could use some protection recovery, as I mentioned earlier. And as you can see, this is very annoying. We'll go ahead and I guess we'll dispel this foresight. We'll go ahead and go into, let's see here. Defensive formation protects it. We'll go into assault formation because we do like to put our ships on offense. We'll go ahead and call in Rogue One, 58%. This will get us to 78%. And then, we'll inflict, give everyone tenacity up so that that health recovery can happen. We'll go ahead and keep on targeting. And he's dead. This is unfortunate, but thankfully with the protection up, we can go with tenacity up. It resists a bunch of the ability blocks. We will go ahead and keep on targeting the Scythe. Let's hope for some critical hits. And thanks to assault formation, they do so much damage that Scythe is dead. And with the 88%, we'll go ahead and recover our protection, bring download to 100%. At this point, we'll go ahead and let's just do special damage to everyone. We'll wipe out the sides here, and then we will go ahead and activate our ultimate. So as you can see, you're trying to at the start of the battle, everyone's on cooldowns. The cooldowns are increased by 1 for the capital ship. So you're trying to survive basically the initial assault with Rebel Y-Wing, and you're going to definitely get enough downloads. And the idea is with Rogue One coming in, it can provide that finishing touch. We'll go ahead and let's just do some Critical hits, see if you can call anyone to assist. Let's obviously buff ourselves. Let's do assault formation again, because feel like killing them. And let's bring out Phantom. Allows us to bring out the next ship very, very quickly. We'll go ahead and target the TIE Fighter. Basic here. We will go ahead and just focus on the damage. Call Rogue One. And there you go. That is how you win without Han's Millennium Falcon and with Rogue One. So, again, the strategy is we're trying to keep Y Wing alive. If it dies, our fleet dies shortly after. So if he did moves that help prevent it from taking significant damage and also focus on recovery in terms of its protection and health, especially after Y-Wing gets to its third move, it loses that protection up from Rogue One. So that is where you have to play carefully and play defensively and try to keep it alive just for one more turn, just so Rogue One can come in and help Profundity get to its ultimate, that final steps. Alright, hope this guide helps, and good luck